Hey, my name is Ariana and welcome to this channel about sensuality, dance, movement, healing. And what I'm going to talk to you today is about numbness in the area of the pussy. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I get this question so often when teaching yoni yoga. One of the most asked questions is about numbness. And I would say the other is about pain, what I most frequently hear. And recently I got another question by a student which really inspired me just to make a video on the topic of numbness. And this also interweaves with pain, because the reason for numbness in the area of the vagina, pussy, vulva can either be there are just not that many neuro pathways, so there is kind of a disconnection to that body part. That disconnection has a reason. So maybe it at one point did not feel safe to be present in that part of your body. And that reason that it didn't feel safe could be cultural. It could be because it was taboo. It could also be because there is trauma, or because it was painful. Like maybe something happened and you weren't touching yourself or being touched in the most loving way. Another reason could be friction. So a lot of times when we're going for a goal-oriented way of touch, so maybe your goal is to reach an orgasm as fast as possible and you just rub and very quickly get to that point. What will happen is that you start to lose sensitivity over time. Just by, you can kind of think of calluses, like if there's a very soft part, very soft sensitive part of the body, and you keep rubbing it vigorously, it will become less sensitive. What will also happen is that internally you start crossing your inner boundaries, because your awareness is with the goal, it's in your mind, and your awareness is not inside of the body part, receiving the touch. You might not be checking in moment to moment if this touch is still bringing you joy. So I hope that this video can be some kind of resource to you if you're dealing with numbness, and many women are. It doesn't have to be the whole yoni, it could just be a small part that is feeling numb, and then the next part could feel ecstatic. So every millimeter of your body can feel differently. And I'm focusing today specifically on the yoni area of the pussy, but it could also be another body part that feels numb. So what I also wanted to touch upon is that your body might not be fully warmed up, and that can be a reason to feel numb. So if you're not feeling that much, you can check in. How much time did you actually take to warm up, to reach your peak state of arousal? Did you take any time? So research has shown that it takes about 45 minutes for the female genitalia to fully reach arousal and be ready for things like penetration. Now, I know that many of us in a female body will go into penetration before those 45 minutes. This may not give any problems the first few times you do it, but over the course of years, your body will start protesting. What I see with my students around the age of 30 is when the body starts saying no because of accumulation of disconnected touch. This could be the way you touch yourself or the way you allow yourself to be touched. So the solution really lies in reversing what patterns we've been building up. So the body is so wise. You can think of childbirth. When we're birthing a child, we're not fully into the sensitivity of the area of the vagina and around. Our body has a mechanism that can turn off sensitivity when pain is too much or when something else is not aligning with the body. It's how we protect ourselves. When this happens, also when we have pain, the body will start to form a protective layer, and this protective layer is tensing. So if you've ever had an injury, you'll know the surrounding muscles and tissues will also start to tense and harden. This can also happen inside of the yoni. And I'll go into that more in a separate video, like what you can do. So this defense mechanism also is connected to fight-flight energy. When we don't feel safe, and this can be very subtle. Maybe you're lying there with your lover and thinking about, oh, I have a lower chin from this angle. Oh, I'm so fat, and blah, blah, blah. These are thoughts of judgment which you will be having when you're not feeling safe. This is already a sign. Your body is not in the state that you need it to be to open, receive, enjoy. From that energy, you don't want to go into any, you don't want to go fully into sexual activity. You don't want to bypass what you're feeling and just go into it, because it doesn't work. Your body will start to protest over time again. So, yeah, just getting back to that fight-flight energy. If you're in this state, even slightly, your vagina actually responds and will start to tense. So there will be more friction, and potentially, if something was kind of uncomfortable or painful, it will become more uncomfortable. So really, relaxation is so key. One way that you can relax your nervous system is by starting to emphasize the exhale. You're breathing in, and as you exhale, lengthening the exhale and sounding. This will calm your vagus nerve. Yes. So if you're with yourself, you might feel more comfortable to explore with this in the beginning. If you're with a lover and you still feel shy to do this, just let them know at first, hey, I notice I feel tense sometimes. I want to try this thing of just sounding things that might not sound sexy. I just want to sound exactly how I feel, whatever is coming out. Really releasing the nervous system. From this state, you will have more connection to your authentic sensuality. And what you want to do moment to moment is check in with your sensuality. We have been conditioned at large that sensuality means sex, means penetration, means going in, and I would really love for us to expand our idea of sensuality. Sensuality could be the way you eat chocolate, the way you breathe, the way you sip your breath, the way you move. Sex can be so diverse. It could be energetic. It could be anything. Let go of the need of the goal of penetration, the goal of orgasms. Try what happens if you surrender to your pleasure, your needs, your feelings, moment to moment. You can set a timer and really create a practice for yourself where you're touching yourself for 10 minutes without any goal. Exploring. Become curious about your body, even noticing, wow, this part is numb, this part is sensitive, this part is painful. Becoming attuned to your body. You will also start to create more neural pathways, especially if there is pain, discomfort, or numbness in that area, and you have had the tendency to want to be away from that area. We're reversing that now by connecting to that part, feeling into it, feeling the numbness. Okay, there's numbness here. You can even start to inquire, what does this numbness want to tell me? What is this numbness protecting? So moment to moment, really keeping this connection to what you're feeling and not bypassing any sensations. The numbness comes from disconnection. Connecting to yourself as a whole, sensuous, full, feeling being will start to integrate your lower body with your upper body, your sex with your heart, however you want to call it. So, relaxing with the exhale. Also slow down. Instead of going for fast friction, which is what porn tells us women like, or what porn tells us to do, tells men to do, in general, the female body doesn't work that way. We actually feel more turn on with slowness, with feeling, with just staying still even a moment and just being. Yeah, so this is a whole new, more vulnerable way of making love, where moment to moment you're in the experience and you're not going anywhere else, you're not checking out, you're there. Slowness, stillness, sounding, breathing, and bringing your awareness there to where you feel the numbness or the pain is. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. If you have a routine where you get together with your lover and there's penetrative sex, maybe you want to explore having sex without penetration. Maybe you want to explore only kissing over the whole body. Maybe you want to kind of create a game, like what other things can you explore? And there is this ritual called the 7 veils, and I haven't been able to find any text on it in English, so if you're curious about it, I could translate it or give my own approach to it, which was a very lovely way for me to rediscover sensuality. So it's an agreement to every encounter with your loved one, go into another layer of sensuality. So what we usually do is we start quite quickly going towards sex, and this is the agreement to the first time only have touching the hands and touching the face. And then you'll start to become so creative with that, and you will start to discover new erogenous zones. So that has then 7 phases. Yeah, so this is my invitation for you to listen to what the numbness of your body is telling you. And I also want to just emphasize that if you have not been taking 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, a little shorter, but really, if you've not been waiting till that full opening of your body, that full yes to have sex, if you're having sex within, like penetrative sex within 10 minutes, it's no wonder that your body will start to form protective layers, because even though we might not always want it, our body, the female body, needs more time to open up. The female body needs safety to connect to sensuality. So become aware if you have been crossing your own boundaries in the way you touch yourself or together with lovers, and decide right here and right now that you want to raise the bar on how you treat yourself, that you want to become more attuned into really valuing the sacredness of your feminine nature. And if that's your lover, decide to honor their feminine nature. Also the feminine within you, the feminine within the other. So this is an exploration of this soft, sensuous energy that does not have that goal, that does not have tension and fast and rrr. This is like the opposite of any porn movie you've ever seen. And it's such an enrichment. Speaking for myself and many women that I've worked with, to be able to land in your body and anything you're thinking, feeling, doing to be accepted as part of lovemaking is so deeply healing. Whether you're crying while you're making love, whether you're feeling, whether you're completely ecstatic, to really open up to all the realms of your being. Yes. So this is a very big topic, and I will continue to expand on this with more videos. Let me know if this helped you in any way, if there's anything else you would like me to expand on. Thank you for joining me.